Welcome back to the Dad Days. This is Josh, and I'm going to show you how to use a suction catheter to suction out a trach. So let's get into it. There's two main styles of suction catheters. There's non-sleeved, one-time use disposable suction catheters, and then there's suction catheters that have a sleeve one like this one that you can reuse multiple times up to about a day, about 24 hours, depending on how often you need to suction. So the depth that you're going to be suctioning or the size of the suction catheter itself should be determined by a doctor or a pulmonologist or a respiratory therapist, whoever you are seeing to consult your child's condition. That's who should be telling you and getting everything set up with your home equipment company to be sending you the proper suction catheters. Today, I will be, for demonstration purposes, going into like a 9 or a 10, but again, that's just for demonstration purposes only. So, the first thing, this will be connected. This is the end that goes into the suction tubing that is connected to your suction machine, and this is the end that goes into the trach itself. The trach is connected to your child, and there's some sort of oxygen source, typically, unless they're breathing room air, on the end of the trach. And even if they're breathing in room air, there'll be an HME of some sort on the end of the trach, or a cap, some sort of cover on the end of the trach. So the first step is to remove whatever is on the end of your child's trach and to put your fingers to the desired depth. So you can't go any farther than that. You don't want to accidentally choke them or something by going too far. So a good guide is to just have your fingers at your max depth. Once you remove the device that's on the end of your child's trach, you slowly put your fingers into that depth. When you're at that depth, that's when you put your finger over this hole that's exposed at the end of the suction catheter. That's what creates the vacuum and the suction power, and that's when you slowly start to spin your fingers like this on the catheter, because you want the catheter to spin back and forth a little bit as you slowly remove the catheter from the trach. The whole process should only take a couple seconds, just a few seconds, to go in, cover the hole on the end of the suction catheter, start spinning your fingers, and slowly remove it. And that removes the secretion buildup inside of the trach and allows your child to breathe more easily. So after that, the disposable one would go right in the trash. You wouldn't reuse that unless you are going to put the oxygen device back on your child, let them come back up to saturations over a little bit of time while holding it and keeping it sterile, the suction catheter, and then you go in for like a second pass or something, but it shouldn't be used any more than that. That would be max, and then you would dispose of it and get another one. So the reusable one you can use for up to, at least based on our child's needs and suction requirements, we can use it up to about 24 hours. That's something that you should probably consult with your doctor or pulmonologist. But for us, we can use the reusable style for up to about 24 hours. All you do, it functions exactly the same other than the sleeve to keep it clean. So you would just pull the sleeve back to the desired depth. Again, take the source off of the end of the trach, slowly insert the suction catheter, put your thumb over or your finger over the hole to create the vacuum sucking power, spin your fingers as you remove the tubing, and that's it. And then you would put the source back on the end of the trach. And that's really it. It's a quick video. It's not hard to do. It might be a little scary at first, but it's really not hard to do. So I hope this provides you some insight and some encouragement to continue to care for your child or loved one as necessary. The only other thing I'll mention with this sleeved suction catheter is, since you are using it more than a one-time use, you might see some buildup in the tube throughout the day. So you can pull the sleeve back far enough just to suck some sterile, clean water through the suction catheter to clean it out, to keep it functioning properly throughout the day. But that's it. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as always, stay tuned for more Dad Days.